intertwine. No need for you to fight it. This space and time forever will cherish. God designed a wonderful pairing. A light that's bright, one that's so glaring. Two of us, our hearts is so caring. Can you tell me what love's prayer is? We cannot miss what we wish. We cannot miss what we wish. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 love. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 love. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 love. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 love.
Check 1 2. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to Bayou Sugar Garden. And before I get started, if you could please place someone in the chat if you can hear me and see me. I am currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Streaming a different kind of way today because I'm doing the free version of EV Months. Let me just check out my TikTok stream and see what it looked like. I think you guys are good on YouTube. Thank you, Auntie, for letting me know. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope y'all are having a great Friday. Let me see. It's showing everything. See? It's showing everything. Oh, well. It ain't looking how I got it set up in this. Oh, that's because, okay, let me reset it so it can look a little better. So those of you who are viewing me from TikTok, I had this preset already so you guys couldn't see my whole studio. However, it rearranged and now I got to fix it so y'all can see me. Okay, I think y'all should be good now on TikTok. Welcome in, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button and share out the live if you haven't already. Let everybody know that I am currently live and hopefully it won't be too long, but just coming live to update you guys on what's going on with me and encourage you guys to be advocates for yourself as well, and listen to your bodies, right? Listen to your bodies. So before I get started, let me just acknowledge everyone who is here in the chat with me. Got my YouTube family. Welcome in Country Hustle. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. One time for Country Hustle. We got my Renaissance Grandma. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. One time for my Renaissance Grandma. Who else we got? Dave Busby. Welcome in, Mr. Dave. How you doing? How's the family? Hope all is well with you guys. Mike's Chaotic Gardening. Welcome in, Mike. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you one time. Right? Thank you for being here. Yeah, I was just testing my sound, so if you heard an echo, that was just me. Auntie's World, welcome in, Auntie. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. You say loud and clear about you, loud and clear. Urban Garden Chronicles. Welcome in, Urban. Good to see you, sis. Hope all is well in your neck of the country. Continent, I say. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Speaking, everybody speaking. She said audio low, but see and hear. Okay, let me see if I can turn me up a little bit. I might have to just speak a little bit loud and clearer into the mic. Check 1, 2. All right. Let me know if that's any better. Let me know. Hey, Teegsy, welcome in. Thank you for being here one time for Teegsy. G Mama Bros, welcome in. Thank you for being here one time for G Mama. Let's see. Make sure I don't hit nobody. Say Great Friday with a burst of energy and I'm using it to the best of my ability. I know that's right. What up, B-Ham? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. B-Ham. Zap Nation, baby. B-Ham, I wanted to tell you last night, you're live. He went live on TikTok last night. Y'all had a worship session. It was right on time. I needed that. I appreciate you for that. Keep doing it and keep, letting God use you with the song and whatever your prayers and the talking. It was well needed. I appreciate it, and I hope your family is doing well as well. Thank you for being here. F.R. Humphrey, welcome in, my sis. Welcome in. Hope you are doing well. The family hope they're doing well as well. You are welcome, B-Ham. You are welcome. I appreciate you. Try to show my support to people as much as I can. Hey, Shantae, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. You staying warm and cool at the same time. I know you warm because you out there in a great state of Texas. I like that profile picture, girl. Looking all sexy and stuff. Hope the family is doing well. Okay, so she said sound is good. I think I spoke to everybody. Get on down. Make sure I have not forgotten anyone. And I forgot I'm on Facebook too. Let me check my TikTok chatters. I clicked out of my own TikTok live. Huh. And now TikTok can't see me. Let me get back to where I was. All right. So I'm gonna have to check on here because whenever I click out, it TikTok can't see me. She said, "Cool in the house." I know that's right. It is hot outside. Y'all, please make sure y'all drinking y'all water and staying hydrated. Um, and I'm telling y'all, not just from personal experience. Hey, Miss Linda over there on the Facebook. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. On time. Mama, we got mom back home. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. We yeah, y'all need to stay hydrated because and we know this. Drinking water keeps you hydrated. Drinking coconut water keeps you hydrated. Hey Nada, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Just getting started. Just getting started. No time for anybody. I seen the video with your 6 through the corn coming up, girl. And you had the net over there to keep the moth from getting in, trying to eat it. So I'm keeping up with it. I'm keeping up with it. Where is it? Oh, I'm on TikTok. What? I don't see. Yeah, then hey everybody on TikTok in the bushes one time for y'all. Okay, I appreciate it. So you got thunderstorms over there. Oh Lord, y'all be careful. Be careful. Make sure y'all are drinking your water, as I said, because we say it all the time. Drink your water. Make sure you hydrate. Drinking your coconut water. But I'm gonna tell you from my experience, I know I drink water on a regular basis and I stay hydrated. But even in instances where you may get sick and it causes you to lose a lot more fluid than what you usually do, whether it's via, yeah, I'm a healthcare professional, so I'm gonna just say things. So whether it be vomiting, diarrhea, sweating, whatever it may be, however you are losing that fluid, make sure you are replacing it. And I say that because I know for me, I did not think about how uh, serious dehydration could be. When I think about dehydration, and I'm a healthcare professional, I should know, but my mind didn't click until it happened to me. When you're dehydrated, you don't only just think about, well, I only thought about me being thirsty and um, feeling weak and things like that. I thought about the things that I could easily change by not drinking enough water. What I did think about was what was happening on the inside of my body. So, just in case somebody else it hasn't clicked for you either, I'll let you know that if you're not hydrated enough, then your blood can become thick, right? So thick to where it can form blockages, where it can be a, a plethora of things, where it can form a clot, or whether it could cause stress on your heart because it's trying to pump this thickness out because it's not used to that. So that is something that I just didn't think of. It's not a normal thought when you think about being dehydrated. Um, and that's coming from whether you drink water every day. Dehydration can happen so quickly. It doesn't matter if you're drinking water. If you getting your so-called 8 ounces, or if you're drinking your weight in water, if you go through something to where it depletes that quickly, then you can quickly be dehydrated. And some of us just think, like me, that I drink enough water even if I get dehydrated. It'll be easy for me to just drink some more, replenish myself, eat some fruits and things and get it back. Well, sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes it happens so fast and it happens over a period of days or a period of hours. And before you know it, you're in trouble. And it could be a life or death situation. So, guys, please drink your water, not just for your skin, but for the things that are happening on the inside of your body to keep that blood at its normal consistency, right? To avoid you having issues. So, for most of you that don't know, I had an emergency scare last a week ago yesterday. Um, and I'm going to say before that scare, I had over the past, let me say 5 to 10 years, I've had small episodes to where I would get short of breath and I could actually feel my blood moving through my heart. But it would only last for maybe like at the most 5 seconds, 2 to 5 seconds. So I would have those episodes. Um, it started off maybe like once or twice a year, and then as the years went on, um, maybe like once a month, then it increased to maybe like twice a month, and it increased. But I never paid attention to it because it would happen so quickly, and then it would be over with, and I would attribute it to I'm tired or something's going on, like I need to rest, things like that. And so I never really mentioned it to the doctor because I never really paid attention to it to myself because I didn't have any other symptoms to alarm me to me that didn't alarm me because it only lasted a few seconds and I was able to go on throughout my day. It didn't bother me. I will say in the past year, I may have had some episodes of like dizziness, which would be like 2 to 5 seconds and then it'll be over with. But I would attribute that to me changing my lifestyle, which I went from not eating sugar or decreasing the amount of sugar that I eat. Or, hey, Mama Shirley, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you one time for Mama Shirley. I'm still here, Mama Shirley. Just a little different, but I'm still here. Thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate it. Um, so I would have those episodes. Like I said, I would get um, have a dizzy spell here and there, and then just I think it has been 2 years since the last time you guys know that I went into the hospital, and that was because that's when I found out I was going through menopause. So with that happened, I was perimenopausal. So with that happening, and I got that resolved. I never even thought about the other things that I had been experiencing prior to that. So having those episodes over the past years, I'm living my life, going on, no problems, right? Last Thursday, last weekend, we're back up to last weekend. I cooked a good meal. Matter of fact, it was red beans and rice. I had cooked a good pot of red beans and rice that Friday, and I cooked it so late to where I didn't want to eat too much after a certain amount of time because I fast every day, and so I didn't want that on my stomach too much at night. My body trying to digest it, so I just ate a little, not even a salsa full, maybe like a little bit on the salsa. Um, and um, that Friday night. And then when I came, I went to work that Saturday morning, came home that Saturday, ate me some more beans and rice. Hey, Devorah, welcome in. Thank you for being here. That's my boot sister, y'all. Welcome in. I appreciate you. So I ate my good old red beans, y'all. I ate them Saturday after I got off work. Went to work, feeling fine Saturday, no problem. Came home Saturday, ate my beans. Then I just started feeling tired, and I just attributed it to I had been at work, worked 12 plus hours at work, literally been on my feet all that day. When I go to work, I am on my feet at a dialysis center, walking back and forth. I literally walk at least 3.25 miles every day when I'm at work, and I work 4 days a week. So you can say I walk 4 miles 4 days a week. Um, so I came home that Saturday, ate my beans, and then I started feeling tired. Like I said, I thought it was because I had been at work. That was my last day of the week. Maybe my body was feeling it. So I just stayed in the bed that Saturday, caught a couple lives, and then really late in that night, I started feeling um, nauseous. And I was like, well, maybe I ate too much of the beans, which I know I didn't overeat, but in my mind, I thought I did. Um, Fast forward, I had the nausea, but I couldn't never vomit. I just felt nauseous. And then early that Sunday, Sunday, Saturday morning, then I started with the vomiting. And I was doing that, feeling like that all day Sunday. And I know I didn't think I had threw up enough to where I would be dehydrated. Apparently, I was. I was feeling really weak. I couldn't keep nothing down. Even if I drank water, it wasn't staying down. It was immediately coming right back up. So as Sunday went on, um, all I'm thinking about is, and I got to go to work Monday. I got to start feeling better. I got to do something. So I say I'm just gonna relax. I'm not gonna eat nothing. I'm just gonna let my body do what it do. Hey Denzel, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you one time. Denzel. So I rested, didn't eat or drink anything that Sunday. Uh, so I got to that Sunday night, and I started feeling better. I hadn't had any more nausea, no vomiting, because everything I had ate was out of me, even the fluids. When you after you did so much of vomiting after a point, you just throwing up stomach acids. Y'all forgive me if I'm graphic, but hey, it is what it is. So I started feeling better, and I noticed when I get up to go to the bathroom, the times that I did go, I felt strong, but I still was short of breath. So I had planned to go to work that Monday. I was like, well, I'm not in a position to where I'll be doing a lot of walking. And if I needed to sit for a minute, the position that I was going to be doing that Monday, I'll be able to rest in between. I'll be able to pace myself. So I went to work that Monday and worked 13 plus hours. And all that whole time, I'm walking, but I'm leaning on stuff every chance I get. Letting my coworkers know, hey y'all, I just had a virus. I think it was a 24-hour virus over the weekend. I'm just getting my strength back. If y'all see me leaning, I'm just trying to get my strength back. I'm fine. I'll be okay. Made it through that Monday, and I came home and I rested that night because I had to be back at work that Tuesday, I believe it was. Yeah, that Tuesday. So came home, crashed, got up, went to work. When I got up that Tuesday, I felt like a brand new person. Went to work, worked my 12 plus hours. I didn't have no problems. So I was like, yes, if I can get through Monday and Tuesday, if I'm still not feeling better, I'm off Wednesday so I can rest Wednesday. Cool. I felt like everything was good Tuesday. I didn't have no issue. Wednesday came, I'm at home, I'm chilling. I'm in the bed all day Wednesday, chilling or whatever. And as the day goes on Wednesday, I started to start feeling a little bit more bad. And I'm like, well, maybe it's because I stayed in the bed too long. I need to get up and walk around. So I started walking around and the shortness of breath came back. I was like, this can't be. I just had a good day Tuesday. And my coworker, I was just able to start back eating, right? Starting feeling better. Didn't have no nausea or nothing, just drained and short of breath. So I'm like, maybe I'm dehydrated. So I was doing that that Monday I had did liquids. I had just started back eating food that Tuesday. And so that Wednesday I said, well, let me just back off. Maybe it's too much for my body to try to process the food. So I went back to doing the liquids. Um, but it wasn't working. I still was feeling drained. Thursday morning comes. I make it through Wednesday. Thursday morning comes. And I have to get up at 4 a.m. to go to work. And with my history, I am definitely not a morning person. So anytime I have to get up in the wee hours of the morning, between 3 and 5, it has been happening to me all my life. I get that a sickness feeling, like I get flu-like symptoms when I have to get up early in the morning. That's been happening all my life, and I attribute it to my body just don't want to get up. So all my life, whenever that happens, I just keep pushing. Or if I have to sit for a while and let my body wake up, then I do that. But I keep pushing. So that Thursday, I had to get up, didn't want to, and my body didn't want to either. So I was having those symptoms, but they were a little bit more extreme. I couldn't raise my arms high enough and long enough to shower. The more I did it, the more my chest felt heavy, the more tightness of breath I felt. I had to sit down on the side of the tub and finish cleaning myself off. And at that point, it I had to actually get out of the shower and lay on the floor because I felt like I was going to pass out. Even just sitting down, I was like, well, maybe it's too hot in here. So I opened the door, let some of the heat out, and I just laid on the floor for a little while until I got my bearings. With that being said, I got through getting dressed for work, but I had to stop in between because of the shortness of breath and the weakness. Um, so I get to work and I sit down for a minute because once I get to work, I and I clock in, we start. It's not like we normal jobs where you get in and you get the hey girl, good morning, how was your weekend and all of that. And what none of that is none of that in dialysis. It's none of that. It's like you come in, you got to get your section ready. So I went in a little bit early so I could sit down, gather myself, and then get to work. So I went in, sat down for a few minutes, pumped myself up, motivated myself. I'm like, okay, we can do this. Got over there, struggled through getting my section up and everything. But the more I did, the better I kind of started to feel, but I still had the shortness of breath, but I just, paced myself. Then about 2 hours into work, um, I done put on two patients. Um, I'm in the middle of putting my third patient on the machine, and I look to my left, things are blurry, and I look back at my computer, and just like that, I could not breathe. My chest was tight. I felt weak, like I was going to pass out. I felt hot, cold, and clammy all at the same time. So I sat down, It's like, okay, it's gonna pass. But it didn't pass even when I sat down. So I told my coworkers, something not right. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Um, I got, I need some help. Something not right. I need some help. So I got to the point to where it got so bad I couldn't walk. They was like, well, let's get you off the floor so you don't pass out in front of these patients. Um, and I felt like if I would have gotten up at that moment, I definitely would have passed out. Ooh, that neck killing me. So I sat there for a second, and then when I felt like a break in the um, heaviness. I hurry up and walked to the bathroom, which it wasn't that far. And next thing I know, my I'm my coworker is taking my blood pressure. I'm on the floor by the bathroom, and she's telling me my blood pressure's low. Do I want to call the ambulance? My blood pressure had dropped to like 80 something over 50 something. And she was like, technically, we need to call the ambulance. You're not even supposed to get up. But I was stubborn. It was like, I'm going to be okay. Just let me sit here for a little while. So I sat up. She took my blood pressure. Of course, it went up because I sat up. It went up, and I sat up, and I sat there for at least 30 to 45 minutes. And um, until I could feel good enough to get off the floor and go sit in the chair. So I did that. Even with all of that happening, I still went home. I told him I was going home, and then if I didn't feel any better, then I would go to the emergency room. Um, let's see. Hey, Buddha, welcome in, welcome in. I appreciate you. One time for Buddha. Thank you for your prayers. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anybody else that came in. Hey, Miss Cheryl. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Trying to see. Make sure I don't miss nobody, y'all. Okay, I think I got it. Wait a minute now. Hey, Miss Jackie. You slid on up in here. How you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So I went home and I stayed home Thursday for a couple of hours, and I let my family know what was going on. Hey, Rob, Points Blank Experience. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in. So I talk to my family and let them know the game plan. I'm like, I'm gonna go to sleep, get some rest. Maybe I'm tired. If things don't get right by 5 o'clock this evening, then I'm gonna go to the hospital. And they didn't get better. So I ended up having to go to the hospital and try to make a long story short. Um, while I was there, saw the cardiologist. I had a lot of blood tests done. I had an EKG. I had a echocardiogram. I had ultrasound. I had a whole lot of stuff done. And the whole time I was there, I had the tightness in my chest. And the only time I would get short of breath is when I would get up and try to do something. Hey, LGG, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. This is somebody saying belated birthday today. So I hope you enjoy your birthday. Hope it was a great one and wishing you many, many, many more. Buddha says my blood pressure has been in 40s to 50s. They don't know why, but God is good, and I'm Go September 8th to see my cardiovascular specialist. Yeah. See, you not alone. Yep, yep. You listen. Whatever you feel like is going on, you have to be your own advocate. And that's where the part of my story begins, with me having to let the doctor know, something is wrong. Because I did all of these tests. Um, I didn't have access to my records at the time because I didn't know how to access it through that hospital's records. So all the time I'm in the hospital, I'm listening to what the doctor is telling me, but at the same time, I know what I'm feeling. So he's telling me, all your blood work is fine. I think you just have gallstones and you're probably just tired and need to lose some weight and different things like that. Your heart looks good, and we don't see any. He said, okay, by you now, I'm pulling up. I just talked about this on my interview last night. Wow. Right, right. So he's telling me your heart looks fine. I don't see anything. Um, but just this was before I was at. This was when I was admitted. When I was down in the emergency room, my blood pressure was low, so they did a CAT scan, and the CAT scan was inconclusive. They said they saw some things, but they said I moved, so they couldn't rule out that it was um, a blood clot. But there's a test called the D dimer, which they did on me in the emergency room, and my D dimer levels was in like the 2,000, almost three, and the normal level is 500 or below. So that let them know like something is going on that's really indicating that there's a blood clot somewhere. So that's why they did the CAT scan, they did an EKG and all of that on me, but couldn't find nothing for whatever reason. um, and so they decided to admit me just to observe me, but I'm still feeling this. Like I can't get up just to walk from the lobby of the emergency room to the back of the emergency room. My blood pressure would drop, my chest would get tight, I'm getting shortness of breath, but they doing all these tests and telling me you look fine, you just need to lose some weight. Then the doctor tells me I got gallstones. Then he tells me, well, no, it don't look like gallstones. You just got some sludge in your gallbladder. But I think that's probably what caused you nausea. And I asked him, I'm like, so the D dimer told me that is the test to determine if you have blockage or clot somewhere, right? He was like, yeah, but that's not specific for clot. That could mean you have inflammation anywhere. To me, they were just brushing that off and not looking at my symptoms that I'm telling them. Of course, they can't see in my body, but I'm like, listen, something is going on. I can't even get up to go to the bathroom in here without getting short of breath. So after a while, and I just stopped talking and just was listening to what they were saying. After a couple of days, I'm like, I just want to go home. I need to access my records and see what's going on. The last visit he comes in tells me I need to make a follow-up appointment with him, so that I can get a stress test, which is what they should have done when I first got to the hospital, but they kept rescheduling it, kept pushing it off. Oh, we're going to do it tomorrow. Oh, we're going to do it tomorrow. Had me NPO. Listen at this now. I'm in the emergency room and they having problems drawing my blood because it's so thick because I'm dehydrated, right? But yet and still, they had me NPO for a couple days for a procedure. That just didn't make no sense. That they could not seem to get it scheduled right. Like to me, if I didn't know for sure if I was going to do a procedure on a patient that is dehydrated, that and they need to be NPO, then I would at least wait a day or two let them get hydrated, and then put them NPO? No. Thursday night I had to be NPO, right? So I was NPO all day Friday. Then they come in at 5, 6 o'clock. Oh, they're not gonna do it today. They're gonna do it tomorrow. You can eat. Okay, midnight Saturday. I'm NPO again all day Saturday till about 2 or 3 o'clock. Oh, they're not gonna do it today. They don't even do it on weekends. You probably not gonna get it done till Monday. Why didn't nobody else? Why didn't my nurse not know that? Right? Why? So yeah. So I'm like, okay, my family on the way down, I asked them, bring me some water because the tap water here is nasty. So I'm focused on getting myself back hydrated. I'm drinking water, getting this stuff down as much as I can. And last visit with the doctor, you see, he tells me everything's good. You need to go home. Is no indications of blockages or clots anywhere. We don't know why you have the shortness of breath, but maybe if you just walk a little bit more and if you lose weight, you'll be okay. He just was so fixated on me losing weight. So I'm like, whatever. Uh, whatever. Uh, said, right, be your own advocate. So grateful that you're feeling better now. Buddha says, yeah, I hate that incomplete doctors go to. The doctors there are smart. Cleveland Clinic. Okay, Buddha. Okay. She said that test does it require contrast. Um, the CAT scan requires contrast. The D dimer, no, that's just a blood test. They just draw your blood. Points blank said I had clots in 2009. Don't listen to that. Can't find nothing crap. Right. If you can go talk to a different doctor. So that's what I had made up in my mind. I told my family I was going to get a second opinion. I'll be home in a little bit. I know some cardiologists back at home. We're going to get a second opinion. I'll just go for him to get my testing and things done so that when I get home, whatever I need to start, I can start. Your D dimer is what? My results. You should be seeing somebody about that. I'm telling you. You should be definitely seeing something that's indicator that something is wrong. You need to push them. Start doing your own research. If you gotta just put in Google, which is what I did, put in the results of your D dimer, put in your symptoms, all the symptoms that you are experiencing, and get access to your medical records because they might not tell you everything that is elevated on your medical records. So you can see that, put all of that in Google, and Google will be able to narrow down what is going on with you. And the question, they'll even give you the questions that you need to ask the doctor. Um, what do you need to see? Uh, and what causes these things. So you'll be able to pinpoint exactly what's going on with you based off of what the information that Google gives back to you. She said they do not communicate with each other. Yeah, they didn't give you. No, Netta, listen, no. The only fluids they gave me a saline, I'll say a saline flush in the emergency room. And so I was drinking, so I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just get them to give me some water. I'll drink the water. They said they was gonna give me some fluids, but by the time they was getting ready to hook me up, they were admitting me. My potassium level was low, but not excessively low. So they gave me potassium, but no fluids. Right? Yeah. She said these doctors they practicing for real, right? Practicing. Yeah. And I think the particular doctor, um, I, I think he just has too many patients that he's trying to see, and he's just trying to get to see them. Talk to the cardiovascular specialist if you have those symptoms. I hope you are well. Yes. So yeah, print out, get your printout, get access to your records. So I say that because when I got home, you guys, it took me 2 or 3 days after being home to get somebody on the phone to tell me how to access my records. Nobody knew, and it took me calling. I don't know how many times I called and how many people I spoke to, but the last lady I spoke to, I had to actually stop and tell her, I said, I appreciate you actually stopping and taking the time to do it and to make sure that I was in there. She, it was just a simple text message that she had to send me, and I would be able to log in and see everything. I don't know why the other people who I talked to didn't take the time to do that, but they didn't. Oh, look, I see you. I'm just looking at you on TikTok. Hey, Temples Creek, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I did see your call, Temple, and I text you. You probably didn't get my text, but I texted you. You probably either you was driving, but I got home and I was able to access my records. So remember, I told y'all the doctor said everything was fine and they were sending me home or whatever, and I was gonna have a stress test. In my mind, I was like, okay, when I have this stress test, I knew something in me knew that once they do that, I would they would see what was going on. But for whatever reason, it kept getting delayed in the hospital. And when I got home Sunday, um, it was Sunday. Yeah, I got home Sunday. They told me to call, make an appointment Monday morning because the stress test is going to be done that Monday morning. It didn't get done till Wednesday. But anywho, uh, I was able to, from Sunday to Tuesday, I was able to get in contact with somebody so I could see my records. So the doctor said, everything was fine, right? I get access to my records. I see my blood count, white blood count is low. I mean high. I see some other labs that were out of whack. Uh, I have access to my echocardiogram, which shows it not only it gives you a report of what's going on. So it showed that I have leakages in various places of my heart and swollen areas in my heart. But the doctor said it was fine, right? So I'm like, I see what I have to do here. I have to be my own advocate. And all of the things that I found on my health record explains every symptom that I was having. Now, why it happened, now that is um, one of the things that I am still researching on. I haven't gotten an actual diagnosis of what is going on with me yet, but I already know based off of my medical records and the symptoms that I am still currently having. Um, I know that is something that's hereditary. It's not nothing that I've done to myself, even with the dehydration that kind of like triggered it um, to go in overdrive, but it's nothing that I have done. It's not because of old age. It's not because of my eating habits. Not because I'm overweight or nothing like that. It's just something with my genetics. It's a genetic heart problem that causes you to have backflow of blood sometimes and enlarged heart muscles in certain areas of your heart. And that's where you get the shortness of breath and things like that. She said, I had a doctor get mad because I was researching my own symptoms and giving them suggested tests. That's what you got to do. And that's basically what I had to do these past few days. Um, because when I went and got that stress test, I was like, listen, I know he gonna find something, and we gonna have to sit down and have a talk after the stress test because um they gonna see. I just knew it. I just something just told me, don't worry. When you have the stress test, they gonna see. Place Blank say, do they have a patient advocate department? I don't know. I can check and see. She said, mine and my daughter is 4 digits. I'm sure mine is due to high inflammation levels. Okay. Yep. So you gotta find where that's at, right? Because that's not, we don't have to live with that. That's not normal for you to have those levels. She said, you were obviously symptomatic of something. Full cardiac workout and monitor for stroke symptoms, fluids equal to stress test in. Yep. So she said, make sure you give a poor treatment review. I definitely will. Hey, pretty girl, that's my other boo sister. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Let's take a quick look, please. I so after all of that and getting access to my records and seeing what was in it and figuring things out, I was finally able to have a stress test this past Wednesday. And with getting it, I mean, they sped my heart up, and when they sped it up, I had the same episode that I had that Thursday at work. My blood pressure dropped. I got short of breath. My chest started feeling heavy. Felt like I was going to pass out. And I mean, my blood pressure dropped in that office like 90 over, I don't remember the bottom number, but it was low. To the point to where they had to do whatever interventions to help me just to get through the next few minutes of that test. So I'm happy that I was able to have the stress test because it confirmed not only to me but to them that they can actually see, okay, something is actually going on with her. Um, let's see what's going on. Hopefully, it'll trigger the doctor to go back and read the results of the echo and put the results from the echo, actually reading and put the results from the echo and the stress test together and see what I see. But since Wednesday, I have not been able to get in contact with the doctor. Like, it's crazy. So their phone lines, like, I can't, you can't get through. It's a busy signal, or either it goes directly to the fax machine. Now, all the way up from Sunday to Wednesday, no problems. We get through. But Thursday up until today, I can't get nobody on the phone. So I sent emails and in hopes that they get back to me, so that I can talk to somebody and see my stress test results, get access to that because they're on a different system in the hospital, so I don't have access to them, but I know what I felt and I know what I experienced. And so basically, my plan is to continue to be an advocate for myself because at this point, I don't think that he is as concerned about it as I think it should be. And based off of the research that I have done, um, I probably should have stayed in the hospital maybe about 2 more days to get the stress test done and then make a decision on to what extent this condition is, because that I don't know. And I can't see the actual um, echo to see how extensive my part is. Like, will I need surgery within the next few months, or will I be able to just kind of like monitor it and cut back on what I do? Because right now, if I move around a lot, I get short of breath, and when I feel like that, I just sit down and relax and gather my composure, and then I go back and try to continue what I'm doing. But that's where we are right now. I'm kind of like in limbo, waiting to get an official uh, diagnosis and a review from the doctor. I haven't had any. I haven't felt like I needed to pass out, but I have been having the shortness of breath, and if I push it, I'll have the tightness in my chest. But I don't push it because I know I can't. Like yesterday, I went live for the first time doing the Sugar Shack, and I did good for the first 30 minutes. The second 30 minutes, I had to stop. Like even chair dancing, it was tiring me out. And so, if I was to continue to have moved and continue to chair dance, then I would have had to end the live and go lay down and allow my body to recoup. So I can't do stuff like that. I realize that I'm going to have to adjust what I do, and either it can be fixed with. Um, I can decide to have it fixed with medications or go a herbal route or do surgery. And right now, I know that surgery would be the best option, but I got to wrap my head around it mentally, having a heart surgery. So that's where we are, guys. Um, I want to encourage you guys to be your own advocate and let them know what you're feeling, how you're feeling. Um, Even if they say this test don't show this test don't show that, make them go the extra mile. Make them look. And if they don't look, you get your records and you look at it. Or find somebody that, hey, listen, look at my records with me. Help me understand. I don't know what this means. We have access to so much knowledge. That is the time where you don't know what this word means, Google it. You don't know what that means, Google it. Find out what it means. And don't just let them tell you. If it don't sound right, check it out yourself. Or have somebody else check it out for you. Get you a second opinion, but be your own advocate. Thank you, Tixie. Thank you. She's there. Thank you, Shantae. So at this point, guys, if you see me doing lives and I'm not as long as I used to, because I can't sit still or can't overdo. I got a chair dance and I end up having to end the live because I got to go lay down because I done overdid it. You know why? Keep the prayers coming. Thank you to everybody that reached out and checked on me. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, whether it was a phone call or a text or message on the social media. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Can you go to a whole new hospital with your records? Yes, I definitely can. And that is, I won't be here much longer. So I'll be back home. I feel like the healthcare back home is much better. So I think I'll get better care there. He said when I had that, it was my gallbladder. It presented weird. Yeah, that's what they were saying at one point. That's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. I had to demand that they check. I was a day from passing out. It was liquid and septic. Oh wow. Yeah. Thank y'all for the prayers. I appreciate it. Thank you. Mona said, I had a quadruple bypass 19 years ago. When technology gets, uh, years ago, technology gets better every day. Yes. And that's what I keep telling myself. Technology is better. So if I have to have some type of surgery on my heart, technology is way better than what it used to be. Thank you, LGG. I appreciate it. Yes, Mona. Yes, yes, yes. I got you. I seen you, Rod. I got you. I got you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. Uh oh. That took TikTok. When I went off of the screen, I gotta remember that I'm sharing my screen to TikTok. And so if I leave off the screen, it shows whatever's on my screen. If you find a doctor in, if you find a doctor in my area, you can stay with me. Thank you, LGG. Thank you. I'm going back to the boots, my girl, and I know I'll be in good hands there. Plus, I know some people that which is that I can contact to get the help that I need. Which that reminds me. So, she says, I am not accepting none of this. You need to immediately see someone. You can't just rest every time you're happy. Yeah, having thought something just needs to happen sooner than later. Yeah, and I feel like if I was home, something could happen. But if there's only one hospital in the town that I'm in. So if I was to go to another hospital, it will be probably like 30 to 45 minutes away. Yeah, it's only one house. It's a small town. But I won't be here much longer. So I would like to have something done um, sometime this week. But to be honest with you, mentally, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready. Sooner you get it done, the sooner you heal. So, um, speaking about the things that I'm going through. So my son was in middle school. There was this kid that passed out during halftime in the locker room, and I just so happened to be there. We had just had maybe like the day before, a couple of days before, we had just had a discussion with the coach about how the school needed to have, excuse me, have an AED, and we didn't have one, and so he ended up purchasing one out of with money out of his own pocket, and I believe it was the day before he had showed us that he got it, showed us where it was at, and he was like, anybody don't know how to use it, um, you know, I told everybody how to use it just in case if I wasn't there and they needed to use it, it would be there. The next day, the kid passes out in the locker room during halftime. I had to assist CPR. First kid I ever had to do that for in my life. I was working in the concession stand, and his dad comes running in the concession stand because the locker room was right next to the concession stand. He comes running. Um, I can't even remember what he says. I don't remember if he asked for a, a doctor or asked for the AED or something. He asked for it. I don't remember what he asked for, but I saw the emergency in his face, and I just took off running to the coach and got the AED. Well, I took off running to a coach. I didn't see the coach who had the AED. So I took off running into the gym. I was like, a kid passed out in the locker room. We need the AED. So he goes and finds the coach to get the key to go get the AED. I ran to the locker room doing CPR. Me and a couple of other people, switching out, taking turns doing compressions and mouth to mouth. AED comes in. We worked on this kid. I'm going to say we worked on him for about 45 minutes at least because the ambulance, the area we were in, the ambulance got stuck. We was on one side of the track and the ambulance got stuck on the other side of the track. So, and it was a long train. So in the time we working on the kid, we waiting on the ambulance. The police department at the school was in communication with the ambulance, letting us know how far away they were, and we was doing what we could. When we first got in there, he was blue. He was not breathing. After us working on him for a while, he started getting his color back. Heartbeat started being a little bit stronger. He started breathing on his own. We had to shock him a couple times. Finally, the ambulance arrived. They get him. We give him a report, and they take him off. Long story short, found out that this kid had an enlarged heart. Never knew. Healthy kid. Never had any problems or anything. And that was his first time ever having any problems. Long story short, the kid, that was his junior year. He was playing basketball. Of course, he couldn't play basketball after that. His disease was so far gone to where he had to get a pacemaker. He was able to graduate high school. And he's currently still living a normal life with some adjustments. But that story, like, just brings it back to it. What I'm going through. So I just think it's crazy how I help somebody not pass away from something like that. And here I am, years later, going through it myself. I had another patient. He didn't actually have heart problems, but I took care of this patient for like, oh, I took care of him for at least 4 years. And he passes away, and maybe a couple months after he passes away, his mom calls me and tells me, the dad is sick and he's starting having heart problems. And they call it, they said because of the baby died, how people say, you have a broken heart when someone you love really close passes away. So they call it that he had a broken heart due to his son's death. And I think the official diagnosis was a widow's something. I can't remember the name of it. But it was some kind of heart disease to where the stress of the death of his son caused him to now have heart issues. And I think that is full circle for me because, I lived in that home and he was healthy and I took care of that son. And I mean, that daddy he worked out. He was healthy as a horse. And all of a sudden, stressor of life. And now he has to adjust to how he's living. He's doing okay as well, living his life. Had to have surgery too, but he's doing fine. So I have people around me that I can reach out to, or have testimonies that I can look at and say, hey, if they got through it, what about little old me? I can do it too. I understand now. You are not in LA. Yeah, I'm in Oklahoma. Oklahoma is not a good place for cardiac issues. When can you go home, ma'am? I can actually go home whenever I want, but I don't want to. I'm trying to go home with job security because the job that I got had some good benefits. And if I'm going to be going and getting all this health care ain't free. Okay. And with my income, it definitely ain't free. And if I go home without some kind of good insurance, oh, yeah, I'm not trying to be that. Thank you, my my grandma. She said definitely keep you up in prayer. I think I'm safe enough to where I'll be okay. I won't overdo it. I do rest. I am scheduled to go back to work on Monday, but my coworkers, I feel competent in them enough to know that they will help me. I won't be alone. They will help me. So that's the only reason I feel confident with going back to work because they not gonna let me. They not gonna. If I sneeze wrong, they're gonna be like, "Sit down." I feel confident. They gonna yeah. They might not say nothing. They just gonna come over there and do it, and I'll just be standing there looking like. So I go back to work Monday, and I'll be able to continue to do that and be able to transfer that job here back home with that good health insurance because I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. Thank you, LGG. Thank you. They say, hey, trust and believe, just pray. Nobody's actually rude, but you don't want this to escalate. I definitely don't. Definitely don't. I am resting assured. I'm getting a lot of this. You know, I don't want to. Yeah, died from an enlarged heart at 19. You know, it's no second chance. Yeah, and that's what I'm grateful for because I know that. Thank you, points blank. Thank you. But Cheryl said, God got benefits. He sure do. Shoot, he do. I got faith. Um, but I also got some sense. I can't go in there and telling people if I can't pay the bill. Uh, he got it covered. He made provisions. I believe he made provisions for me to get this job because he knew that this was coming up. Before this, I did not have health insurance. I had insurance for my kids, but I did not have it because um, the jobs that I was working, traveling jobs, the amount of monthly payment that they wanted to charge me for a family for just for health insurance was half my monthly income. And that's crazy. I just couldn't bite the bullet on that because I went from in Louisiana paying maybe like a couple $100 for health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision for all three of us, to coming here and they want thousands. I'm like, what? No, no. But I had to get it for my kids because they're kids. Um, I had to get it for my oldest son because him as an athlete, you have to have it. So I made sure I had it for them. Um, and God blessed me to where this job now is reasonable and it's affordable insurance for all three of us. So we're covered. And not only just the health benefits, just the benefits overall with this job is just good. You know, trying to hold on to it as much as I can because it's less of a stress on me for other things that I need outside of just money, but like retirement plans and things like that. You know, you got to think about that. You got to think about that because I ain't gonna be able to work forever. And when I don't work, and if I'm not here, I want my kids to be alright. So, um, but believe me, guys, if it was to get to a point to where I feel like um, I need something to be done right away, I'll be home tomorrow if I needed to. I sure will, Miss Jackie. I sure will. She said you will be a long It will be a long time, ma'am. Your mission to touch as many people as possible. Yes, just begin sending you all the healing energy your body can handle. Thank you, Shantae. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I feel like, oh, my phone died. I need to charge it. So let me see if I can see my TikTok people. Huh? Yeah. All right. So we back with TikTok. I don't know what's. Sorry, Facebook. I don't have y'all open, so I can't see. I'm sorry. So I can't see y'all. But hey, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Just had to step away. I missed what procedure I certainly need. So um, once I get a diagnosis from my research, I would need to do a procedure to where they could like remove some of the large parts to allow more blood flow, or I can get a device placed in to help with that. So those are the two options. I did see research about having medication. I'm not. I'm saying I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna do that, but that is last on my list. Is taking meds. If I have to do something, I will find a alternative method, something herbal to do. Because with my knowledge and experiences on medicines, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. So I'm not going to take a pill which will only be given to me to help with my symptoms, but it won't be solving the problem, right? So I won't be taking any medications for it. It'll either be those two things. Um, Thank you, Michelle, for the prayers. Thank you. Ooh, I feel like I forgot. I'm forgetting to tell y'all something that I wanted to say. I just can't remember. I can't remember. But I do want to stress about you guys being your own advocate. And even if the tests are coming back normal, or if they saying the test coming back normal, you go and get access to your records and you look for yourself. If you can't understand it, seek out some help to get somebody to explain it to you. If you got to go in there and Google that thing your own self, get up there and do it. And keep pushing. If you got to get a second opinion, go to a different doctor, you do that. Advocate for you because nobody else is going to do it for you, right? And that's with anything. If you don't do it, and nobody else gonna do it. Um, I'll go back to the story about the kid that I had to do CPR when my child was in middle school. So during that time, well, from that time on, it ignited a movement in my city to where they started making it mandatory for kids to have a cardiac clearance as part of their physicals for sports. Because if I remember correctly, I want to say that prior football season, we had lost a kid locally in Baton Rouge. The kid passed out and on the field and passed away from heart trouble. I think maybe that same year, the year before, there was this football player. I can't remember his name, but he's on the NFL team. But he passed out on the field, right? And I think that ended up being his issue. And I think back throughout the years, I think about LeBron's son, Bronny James, where he had issues. I think about Shaq's son, Sharif. He had issues. Several other players throughout my lifetime and before my lifetime, I can remember hearing stories about people passing out and not knowing why. I even thought about, I had a nurse that I was real good friends with, and we were tag teaming on a patient, and I would come in and go to school with the patient, and she would come in and stay nice with the patient. Thank you, Dunzel. Thank you so much. Oh, no problem. Sure, sure. Thank you. Hey, just asking. I was just on your page today. Yep, I was on your page today watching you fix a water leak. I think I watched it on, I saw it on Facebook and then I went to YouTube. So I saw you fixing a water leak on your homestead. Welcome in one time for just asking for a friend. Um, I forgot I was talking about, oh, I had a nurse friend. We were tag teaming on a patient. So I would go to school with the patient during the day, and then when I come home from school with her, the nurse would be there. And I remember we would just casually have conversations about, how much we worked and how we was neglecting our body. Were going to the doctor, having physicals and things like that done, and how we was feeling tired, and how we needed to just at least go get physicals and things like that. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. Thank you for asking. So, um, we have been having them conversations like on and off for a month or so, and so one day, um, one morning I come in and she's not there. And I asked the grandmother, I was like, she didn't come last night? She was like, no, and that's not like her. She usually would call, even if she was gonna be like a minute late. I haven't heard anything, ain't nobody said nothing. So school day went on, everybody like, that's not like her. She had two jobs, so she didn't show up for her night job, and she would leave the job with the patient I would have at night and go straight to another job, right? And work there. She may would go home and take a shower. Well, I ain't gonna say may. She would leave from that patient. She would have enough time to go home, take a shower, check on the kids, and then head to the next job. So when she didn't show up for the next job, um, they did a welfare check at our home and found her on the floor in the bathroom, gone. She was out of here. And they said it was heart problems. But the thing is, we was like, she didn't have no health issues or nothing like that, but she just knew that we were talking like we know we healthy, but we still need to just go and just have those annual checkups and do those things, just to do it, especially when we just feeling tired. So I thought about her this past week, how she was having the things that I was having and didn't get the opportunity to go get checked on. So even when you get those tests, guys, push, push, push for them to do more and to look for more. Be your own advocate. But I think that is all I had to say. I just wanted to come on and I needed to talk out loud to somebody else. And I did want to update you guys and let you guys know what's going on with me. because I know you guys are worried. And if y'all like me, I like to put my eyeballs on people. It gives me some sense of, relief to be able to see them and know what to pray for. So, yeah, I thank y'all for coming in. Um, these are you tired. Yeah, yep. They did mention it when I was in the ER. But the thing was, that's what they thought it was. And so I got the EKG. It didn't show anything. They did a CAT scan. They saw blockage, but they couldn't determine what it was because they said I moved during it. So that's how I ended up having the echo. Um, and from what the doctor told me, the echo was normal. But when I looked at the echo was not normal. But it did not show. Well, the report did not say that I had any clots, but it did show that I have some backflow and I have um, some enlarged muscles in certain areas of my heart. So I did my research and I based off of my symptoms and the labs that I see. Um, I know what it is. I'm just waiting for them to give me a diagnosis and wrap my head around the steps or the process that I need to go through to get to uh, living with it. Because it's no cure. Um, it can't be reversed. It's not a death sentence. It's not something that will shorten my life. It's nothing like that. But it is something to where I would have to adapt to things. Like I won't be able to go run a mile or something like that. Uh, I might not be able to dance all night, but I can still dance a little bit. Yeah, I just gotta pay attention to my body and sit down. Don't overdo it. I understand. I told my doctor something was wrong, and they found it. Yeah, yeah. So you gotta tell them, especially if it's hindering you from, or even if it's not hindering you from doing things. If it's something minor, still be your own advocate and let them know. Hey, look, something ain't right. This how I feel. I know your test might not say it, but this how I feel. Okay, is it something else we can try? Is another test we can try? It's always you can always go another step further. So that's where we are, guys. But I thank you guys for coming in. Um, I appreciate the thoughts, the prayers, the phone calls, the texts, everything. However you reached out to me, I appreciate it. Um, I hope you guys continue to be advocates for yourself. If you haven't been, start being one. And I hope that my experience will help you to, um, you know, be better advocates, not only for yourself, but for your family members. Listen to your mama, your grandma, or your papa when he telling you, "I just don't feel myself." They can't halfway see. You might need to be the one to get there and get them records and look at it and look for what's going on with your people. Because we have come to a point to where we are complacent and too comfortable with other people deciding what's going on in our lives. And from what we have seen with our own eyes in this world, that you gotta do it. Where I say, as long as you have an idea of what it is, I do. And I plan to, once I get the official diagnosis, I plan to um, take you guys along with me with what's going on, because somebody else might experience the same issues. I definitely will take you guys along on my journey, and I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you, Mama Shirley. Love you too. But that's all I had, you guys. She said, give your sons our number just in case. Okay, I sure will. I have, I have learned this one thing. A couple of years ago, this lady had told me about cell phones, and she was like, put labels on people's names in your phone, because if something happens to you and you're not able to verbally talk, if they can use, like if you got your phone locked by your finger, if they can unlock it by your finger, or if somebody knows your code, then they can go in and contact your emergencies when you can, your emergency contact numbers. Meaning, if you got your mama number in there, do you got your mama number in there as just her name? Say if your mama named Susan, it's just under Susan. Well, if you do, you need to put in parentheses mom, so people will know that's your mom. Put in parentheses your daddy's name, David. If you just got daddy and David in there, put in there daddy. And don't put your husband as, ladies. I know you might call your little boo thing daddy, but put in there your biological daddy. Make sure, or put my daddy or whatever. Put it in there, so in case something happens to you and somebody needs to access your phone to contact your emergency, contact your family, they'll know, hey, this is her son. Let me try it. This is her daughter. This is her aunt. This is her cousin. This is her friend. Let me try and contact them. Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. So, hey, Cropper, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. One time. They record with the Keisha, you laughing at me, good. You heard your name. You heard somebody say, Daddy. Listen, I thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all. Um, but that's all I have. I ain't got no more. I'm going to give me some rest. I'll see y'all sometime in these social media streets. Um, I might do a little quickie tonight. So I'll be seeing y'all later. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Happy Friday. And I will see y'all in these social media streets. From just listening to you doing this live, you need to minimize your exertion. I do. I do. Yeah. Because you can tell. I do. And you are right. I do. And I'm going to go now. And y'all just laugh. Because I have overstayed over. But I appreciate y'all for coming in. Um, I will see y'all in the social media streets. Peace, love, and blessings. And I love y'all.